Hello folks, Pebo here. We're out here on January the 1st, out here at the pond. It's kind of cold today, a little bit, but we might do a little bit of fishing today. Put some poles up on the dock, and it's what I call, whoops there, kind of what I call fishing in the drive-through. We had a video about that once before where we sit in the truck and watch the poles from inside. I brought a little dog food today to feed the fish. Mainly what I'm out here to do today is to look at these water levels. We've had 4 or 5 inches of rain here lately, and I wanted to see how the water levels are. We've been working with water levels all summer since we had to repair this drain, and we're going to go down and take a look at that. It's one of the first things I want to do, and come back and do some fishing. Yay for fishing. Well, here it is, folks, the drain pipe that me and my brother Dan have been working on all year. This spring it broke down in here, and we put a 90 on here and then brought up an extension. We put this cover on, and it's been an incredibly dry summer, and this has only come up about 14 inches since June when we put this in here. So we've been watching water levels very closely all year. We've got a ways to go, and it may be a little too high. We may have the necessity to trim some of that off, but when we get a little closer on the water levels, then Dan and I will come out here together and make some decisions. But I'm impressed to see that the water's up about 5 inches on these recent rains. It can be gauged by a rock that I look at over here, and this log over here is a bit of a landmark, and I'm not seeing the little stumps that stick up, and I always am able to judge it very closely by that stump that I have a rod holder sticking in when I was out in the boat. And the water levels are up about 5 inches, and I'm real happy about it. I think this pond's going to fill up to proper level for the spawn. It's real important to have this water level stabilized for the spawn. Looking forward to that. There's a whole bunch of geese out there. Look at them. They're out there having fun. That looks like there's maybe 50 of them over on the other side. Well, there it goes. Whoa, it's cold, folks. It's just cold. It's all there is to it. We're gonna do some fishing in the drive-through now. I'm gonna get warmed back up and put them poles out on the dock, and we're gonna watch them from the truck. I brought some dog food with me today too, so we're gonna put that out and see if we can draw them in, and see if the catfish will bite right here on New Year's Day, January the 1st. Well, folks, today we're fishing with the BJ Stinky Bait, and we'll leave a little of the hook sticking out. I think that's important. And let's just get it right out there. Well, that didn't work out there. The problems are right here. Goodness. Well, folks, let's get right out there with some of this BJ Stinky Bait and see what we can do. We're going to put it right out there towards that stump out there, because I think that's where the fish are. If we're biting today, the water's pretty cold. Well, close enough. I think the bait stayed on it. All right, let's go with that. Let's get them all set up. Okay, folks, we got all 3 poles set up here now, and We'll go back to the truck and keep an eye on these fishing poles out here. See what happens. We got them all baited up with BJ Stinky Bait. Well, folks, we got everything set up. We got our poles out there. We're in here. Now, right out there's my bag of dog food, and I wanted to put some dog food out there, kind of draw them fish up, get them active today. But I didn't think to bring a knife, and I asked Robin. I said, Robin, you got anything to open that bag? And well, I tell you, she has everything. She always has stuff.
Yeah.
Her purse is like a tool bag.
Never leave
tool
home
pouch
without a multi-tool. You've got a Phillips straight, head screwdrivers, pliers, and a knife. It's
got it all.
That's right.
Got it all. Well, I need the knife today.
There you go.
Let's go.
And it's sharp, so be careful.
Okay, Mommy. Let's go open that bag of dog food.
There you go.
And feed these fish.
Don't leave home without it.
What'd you say?
I said don't leave home without it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Let's get out here and do it. There's a little bit of wind. Wind tends to blow the dog food. And nothing we can do about it. Let's see if we can get in this bag. Don't matter. We'll feed it all to them anyway. And we'll dump a little bit out here. Throw a little bit out here. Throw a little bit out. Okay. Let's go with that. Put more out there if needed. Well, that old the BJ's and the dog food do its work. We may see some fish before the day's over. Folks, it looks like our dog food's on the move. I mentioned that about how the wind, see the wind, got a little bit of wind. You can see the grass is moving around, wind on the water, and it's blowing that way. It's blowed our dog food over in that direction. So, like I mentioned, there's nothing we can do about it. Possibly throw some dog food upwind, but you know, it wouldn't take long. Yeah, I'll do it. Let's go throw a little bit upwind. You know, I was getting warm in there in the truck. That's the whole theme of the fishing trip today, is to stay warm. It's about 34 degrees out here today. We're gonna get some of this dog food, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of it out because, you know, I'm planning to give it to them all anyway today. Let's just dump some out there and show them that we mean it. And yeah, I don't know how much catfish feed in the winter time. They certainly slow down, and these water temperatures are pretty cool. I had a video had a video this year where I brought a thermometer out. Well, it was early in the spring, in fact. I remember now. Maybe April, earlier in the spring. And hang on. Yeah, here we go. I had a video earlier in the spring where I bought a little thermometer and I wanted to check the water temperatures, and I casted the thermometer out there, and I was tied onto the plastic piece, and the actual glass thermometer came off the plastic piece, and I lost it on the first cast. So I have not checked any temperature since then. I stopped today at the Dollar General and thought I'd get lucky, maybe find one to check the water temperatures today, and it wasn't there. I can't buy it if they don't have it. So but that's coming up. I'm going to get a thermometer on a little rope, and I'm going to keep it with me all the time. for future reference. First chance I get. And our dog food is spreading out there. I don't know if you can see, folks. This camera probably has zoom, but people don't know how to do it. I may look into that. I'm a pretty quick learner. Yeah, the dog food's spreading out, heading out this way. I imagine the fish down there at the other end, if they're active today, they're going to be getting the benefit of that. Well, let's go in the truck and get warmed up. Mommy's in here. Are you enjoying fishing today, Robin?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's what's today's date, dear?
January 1st, 2025.
Hey, it's a new year. We're starting it off right, folks, by going catfishing. Yeah, yay for fishing. Well, folks, let's come out here and have a look at things. I haven't seen very much action at all. The dog food's floating away. May bring these poles in here. I think I'll bring them in and check the bait on them. I was hoping to catch fish on this one. It was right out there. It feels like it's got bait on it. We'll have a look and see. No. Let's bait all these. Let's bait all these poles up again. Well, this one's out of bait too, so let's get some BJs on there. Get some BJs, stinky bait, right on it there. Get it out there. Pretty much going to throw it straight out. I think the bait stayed on good. Well, let's see what we've got on this one. Our third pole. We're fishing with 3 poles. Well, it's the only one that still had bait on it. Let's have a look. See what we need to do with this. I'll tell you, I'm putting it back out as is. It looks good. We'll just lob it out there. Yeah, that's a good spot. A little cold today here on New Year's Day. I think I mentioned 34 degrees. Now, I just seen a fish jump. I've seen some topwater action on the dog food right out there. Way far from our baits, unfortunately. That's thanks to the wind, but the wind has kind of calmed down. Let's put some more dog food out. Put it right out there. Put a little bit of it upwind like we did before. Maybe a little more than a little bit. All right. They're not very active today. We got a big snow. They're talking about a big snow coming in here in a few days. So, well, we're about due for it. Going January, you know how that is. Yeah, folks, we've been seeing a little bit of action out here. There's just a little bit of action. Top water eating on the dog food, but they're not as active like we've seen in the past, for sure. Robin was just suggesting that I feed them catfish food instead of dog food. Cat food, right, honey? Catfish food?
catfish food.
Yeah, she said she got a. Where can I buy it, honey? I'm not finding that down at the store.
Well, no, you're not gonna find it at the store. You'll probably either Tractor Supply or Rural King.
Okay.
Maybe even if some feed stores might carry it. I've not been to a feed store in years, so
yeah. Well,
I'm not sure.
We got one of them in town, so.
But I think one of our farm stores will have big bags of it.
Well.
So, you know, when we're in town and need to go to Rural King or Tractor Supply or in the area, I'll Google it and see first.
We'll look for some catfish food.
Yeah, we'll look for fish food.
Well, you know, it is the new year, so, you know, on days like this, you got to be thinking ahead. You know, my New Year's resolution is to catch bigger and better and more catfish this year. I think it's a realistic goal. These fish are growing and getting bigger. I'm excited about that.
Gonna fly right over.
Well, here goes the geese, folks. I don't know where they go, but they're on their way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big flock.
Yeah, a bunch of them. And there's about as many that stayed behind. They're not ready to go yet. They're like me. We're not ready to go yet. I'd like to catch at least one catfish today. It may not happen, but it's nice to be out here. Come check out the pond levels. That was my main objective today. Well, we put out a bunch of this catfish food here now. It'll float up to the shoreline and feed the smaller fish, float out there, feed the bigger fish. We're feeding the food chain. That'll work. Well, we haven't gotten any bites. They're not really biting that good right here on January the 1st in these cold water in this pond. Let's bring these poles in. Well, folks, it's always a good day to fish, even on the New Year's Day. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, and remember, yay for fishing! Well, Robin and I stayed on a little bit out here to watch, and it's getting darker, and we're starting to see all kinds of activity out here on the water now. Maybe some big catfish. I know I've seen some crappie. Some magic hour, folks. It's a real thing. It happens, and then now here it is, the magic hour, and they've all come up to do their feeding.